Hello again. Mike and Candy Apple have separated. Mike moved into the cabin at Lake Cumberland. Although this now means that he has a long commute to Richmond every day, at least they don't have the added expense of an apartment. Candy and the children, Sissy and John, are living in the marital home. The Apples have not told the children that they're getting a divorce, and they have decided to meet to discuss this along with other issues involving the divorce.
Mac, we've got to tell the children that we're getting a divorce. They know something's up. They keep asking questions about you staying at the cabin.
I know, but I just can't imagine how to begin to explain it to them. I mean, how do you talk about this to 6 and 10-year-old kids? But I know you're right. We have to do it. I guess that today is the time to tell them.
I know it will be difficult, but I think that the information we got at the parenting class will help. If you want, I'll start. You can just jump in when you want to.
Okay, but before we talk, I think we need to decide on how we're going to handle the custody issue. I know that we have both decided that we want to share joint custody, but I really think that we should divide our time with the kids equally. I can find an apartment here in the neighborhood so they can attend the same school.
Mac, I think that would be just too disruptive for them. This divorce is going to be difficult for all of us, especially the children. I don't think they need any more to deal with. I think the better plan would be for the kids to stay with me during the school year and with you during the summer. I promise that I'll do everything I can to make sure that they're with you on weekends and holidays.
I just don't know. I only know that I will miss them terribly all throughout the week. Let me think about it. You know, we also need to agree on dividing up all of the property. Our attorneys have told us that it will make a much smoother transition if we agree on everything. We need to decide what we're going to do.
I know. It's just that right now, the only thing I can concentrate on is the children. Let's go ahead and talk with them.
Okay, I'll go get them.
The attorneys representing the Apples have both suggested that the Apples reach an agreement on the issues involved in the divorce. If they can do so, then the attorneys can help them prepare a written separation agreement. A separation agreement, sometimes called a settlement agreement, is a contract between divorcing parties that spells out the parties' agreements on all of the issues surrounding the impending divorce, such as child custody and support, maintenance or alimony, division of property, and so forth. Parties must be willing to negotiate and sometimes compromise to reach a final agreement.
Hello, Mrs. Apple. Thank you so much for coming in today. I'd like for you to work with Olive on getting the information you'll need to begin your separation agreement. Were you able to gather all the materials Olive asked you to bring with you?
I think so. I have copies of our bank statements, my last 3 pay stubs, our last federal and state income tax returns, a list of mine and the children's monthly expenses, a list of all our real estate and property information, our credit card debts and other debts, information on Mac's pension, and copies of our joint wills and so on.
It looks like you've been very thorough. If Olive needs anything else, I'm sure she will let you know. Let's go to her office.
Hi, Mr. Apple. I see you've brought in the materials that we've asked for to start on your separation agreement. Were you able to get everything?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, if not, Scarlett will tell you what else you need to bring in. She's ready to start taking down all of the information. I'll take you to her office. Do you have any questions?
No questions right now, but I can tell you that we still have not reached an agreement on dividing up time with the kids, and we also haven't reached an agreement on all of our property.
That's not uncommon. Just remember that this whole process requires some time. You and Mrs. Apple have done a great job so far trying to work together, but there will be times when you will not agree, and we will help you get through that through negotiation.
Your assignment will be to first help each of your firm's clients complete a verified factual disclosure form. After the parties have exchanged these forms, then you will meet with the paralegal from the opposing firm to negotiate the terms of the separation agreement. However, you must remember that in real life, only the attorneys can actually work with their clients on these negotiations. But paralegals often are the ones working very closely with clients and have detailed knowledge of the client's information and wishes. So paralegals work closely with their supervising attorneys to make sure that the final separation agreement is consistent with the wishes of the parties, that it contains no errors, including no typing or spelling or grammatical errors, and that it is properly signed, acknowledged by a notary, and filed and recorded. To prepare this assignment, you will need the information found in the previous assignment. You will also need to access copies of both the Separation Agreement Assignment Direction Sheet and the Verified Factual Disclosure Form. Both of these forms are found on our course Blackboard site. Be sure to make copies of these sheets and forms before beginning this assignment.